Hello everyone, my name is Kirti and I'm an assistant professor in IT. Today I'm going to discuss the concept. So basically, in a view of growing threat of competition and customer demand, the banks have to focus on customer retention, relationship management as well as electronic services. Such services allow the bank customers as well as other stakeholders to interact and transact with the banks through internet, wireless devices, ATMs, online banking, phone banking, and telebanking. Any stimulus provided by the operation or equipment is immediately accepted by the computer system with online linking of an operation or equipment. Online environment has facilitated the banks to grow globally through innovative product delivery. So basically, internet banking is an electronic payment system that enables the customers of a bank to conduct various financial transactions through the bank website. For this purpose, a customer with internet access is required to register with the bank along with the credential for verification. The customer must also set some confidential password for accessing the accounts. To ensure safety of funds, the customer are advised to keep and changing the password frequently. So basically, why did we choose internet banking? So internet banking is becoming more and more popular among the masses. To provide more quality information on the internet banking, make the concept and procedure more familiar, to warn against its negative effects. So what is internet banking all about? So basically, internet banking means any user with a personal computer and a browser can get connected to his bank website to perform any of the virtual banking function. Number one is balance inquiry, second is transfer of funds, third one is online payment of bills, fourth one is accrued interest, fees and taxes, fourth is transaction details of each account. Deposit right from the terminal you are sitting at. So basically, internet banking is a cost-effective new delivery channel for the product and services of banks to the customer across the world at all times. Here, the transactions are encrypted using sophisticated multi-layer security architecture, including firewalls and filters. A firewall system shields a web from outside through login name and password. So the customer visit the bank secure site and enter the online banking facility using the customer number and credential previously set up. The customer can obtain account balances, transaction detail, electronic bill payments, and fund transfer. Most of the banks also allow the customer to download copies of the bank statements. Some banks also post hard copies of the bank statement for a fee. The customer can also order checkbook statement, report loss of credit card, stop payment on a check, advise changes of address, and other routine matters. Now move to its history. Now the concept of internet banking has been simultaneously evolving with the development of the World Wide Web. Programmers working on banking databases come up with the ideas for online banking transaction sometime during the 1980s. In 1983, the Nottingham Building Society, commonly abbreviated and referred to as NBS, launched the first internet banking services in the United Kingdom. This service formed the basis for most of the internet banking facilities that followed. The facility introduced by Nottingham Building Society is said to have been derived from a system known as Prestel that is deployed by the Postal Service Department of United Kingdom. Now move to history of internet banking in India. ICICI was the first ICICI kicked off online way back in 1996, but even as a whole, 1996 to 1998 marked the adoption phase, while usage increased only in 1999 due to lower ISP online charges, increased PC penetration, and a tech-friendly atmosphere. So basically, in the world, first initiation started with the Nottingham building, where the internet banking services has been provided. In India, it has to be initiated by the ICICI Bank in 1996. But during that period, people are not known about the artificial intelligence. They are not indulged in internet banking so much. Even a lot of people took as internet banking is a big deal. Even the internet that time is a big deal. So basically that phase is an adoption phase, while people are learned about lot of things, or even about the how to search the items in the Google. So that time there is not much concept of artificial intelligence. Now in the current scenario, everybody knows about the virtual organization, internet banking, tech facilities, how to use the internet banking. So that time it is an adoption phase where due to lower ISP, that is stands for uh, internet service provider, right? So lower ISP charges then increase personal computer penetration, because that time people are looking for the to purchase a PC, and PC is a big deal that time. Now everybody has a laptop and they use access through mobile phone, laptop, internet banking, right? But that time even purchasing a PC is a big deal. So basically that time a tech friendly environment and online facilities. Before you access your account online, you will need to register with your bank for internet banking. Your bank will give you a registration number or login ID. You will also need a password, IPIN. Your internet banking is different from the PIN you use with your debit card. Once your bank has approved your registration, you will able to access your accounts online. Now move to merits and demerits of internet banking. Now number one is convenience. So unlike your corner bank, online bank sites never close. They are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they are only a mouse click away. So basically internet banking, we are convenient. There is no need to go to the bank physically. So you can access your account anywhere around the world. Second is ambiguity. So if you are out of the state or even out of the country, when a money problem arises, you can log in and instantly to internet banking and take care of a business 24/7. So basically there is no constraint to restrict at a particular area, even when you go to the physically at the bank. So basically you have to visit personally, but you can access internet banking around the world, anywhere, anytime. Next, move to transaction speed. So online bank sites generally execute and confirm transaction at a quicker than ATM processing speed. So basically internet banking is so fast, you just log in within a minute to your account and check the balances and transfer the funds immediately. Then efficiency. So you can access and manage all of your bank accounts, including IRA, that is the individual retirement account, and CDs, certificate of deposit, even securities from one site to another site. Then move to effectiveness. So many online banking sites now offer sophisticated tools, including account aggregation, stock codes, rate alerts, and portfolio managing programs to help you manage all of your assets more effectively. So it provides the customer numbers are allocated, uh, which are different from the account numbers. This is due to the practice of linking different accounts of the same customer with one customer number, because basically I can go to the bank and open any number of accounts, right? So the bank allocated me a particular number. So that is the different from the account number with the same customer with one customer number. It allows the customer to get all the information with one customer number. Further, the customer number will not be the same for any credit or debit card issued by the bank. Then stock codes, rate alerts, portfolio managing programs, because now the bank also include to provide the portfolio services also by their stockbroker, right? Now move to other benefits. It facilitates easy access to recent and historical data, because you can download your balances to check the balances from last to 1 year, 6 months, 2 years, right? So you can download the historical data also, historical data related to your balance or related to your transfer of funds, related to your whatever you do, FD, RD, yeah, or any other deposits. Next, it's cost effective and time saving. Obviously you no need to go, or you no need to go bank physically, so it's a time saving concept. Now it enables the customer retention through tailored services. Tailored services means, so the bank has to provide many services combinedly, right? So that is meaning of tailored services. When one devices provide you many services, when one tool provided you lot of services, that is called tailor made services. Now it is environment friendly, it saves paper as well as other resources, of course. Now it makes easier to transfer funds, pay bill, register utility billers and process credit card applications. Because you can pay utility billers. Let's say you purchase a particular mutual fund or SIP, system integration application, SIP, system integration processing. SIP means basically when you do a payment periodically, like monthly, quarterly, half yearly. So you no need to go everywhere, you don't need to register or log in every month. Let's suppose you take a SAP monthly, right? So you don't need to log in every month to make the payment. So you have to make auto register, you have to made a auto register uh, in your internet banking. Let's suppose you make a transaction that it every month, on the day of first, the transaction of rupees 5,000 has to be deposited in a particular mutual fund. You just take the SAP. So every time, whenever the date first date of every month comes, automatically it deduct the amount from your account. You no need to log in your account. That is the process of utility billers. Now it helps the customer to perform non-transactional tasks such as viewing account balances, recent transaction and images of paid checks. It makes possible to download application for e-banking, statements of in PDF format. It allows ordering checkbooks. Now move to demerits. There are some demerits also associated with internet banking. Number one is startup may take time. So basically, in order to register for your bank online program, you will probably have to provide ID and sign a form at a bank branch. If you and your spouse will view and manage your assets together online, one of you may have to sign a durable power of attorney before the bank will display all of your holdings together. To your securities or all of the details, like where you want to transfer fund, what's its limit, right? Next is learning curve. Banking sites can be difficult to navigate at first. Plan to invest some time or read the tutorials in order to become the comfortable in your virtual lobby. Next is bank sites changes. Even the largest banks periodically upgrade their online programs, adding new features in unfamiliar places. In some cases, you may have to re-enter account information. Next is the trust thing. For many people, the biggest hurdle to online banking is learning to trust it. Did my transaction go through? Did I push the transfer button once or twice? Best bet, always print the transaction receipt and keep it with your bank records until it shows up your personal site on your bank statement. So these are the demerits. So that's all for today. Thank you so much.